the vastness of God, but yet the delicacy or intricacy or intimacy of God on a personal basis. And where I'm coming from is I'm going to run piggyback on 3 portions of Scripture in which God reveals himself, talks about himself, gives us insight into himself, on how vast he is, how I want to use the word meticulous, how detailed and specific he is. I'm going to start with Isaiah 40, 25. God asks the question, with whom will you compare me? Who's my equal? 26. Look up into the heavens. Who created all those stars? As a shepherd leads his sheep, calling each by its pet name, and counts them to see that none are lost, so I do with stars and planets. Now, I'm going to give you 2 more references relevant to God and the stars and the planets and what he does with them and how specific he is about them. And then I'm going to lay that against the grid of his desire and intimate look into you and me. Psalm 147:4. I count the stars and I call them all by name. Whoa. How great I am. My power is absolute. My understanding is unlimited. And I support the humble and I bring the wicked to dust. So God is telling us here what I am like. I count the stars. I can look up in the night sky and through a telescope and I can count 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 500, 600, maybe 1,000. But he knows them all, and he knows them all by a pet name. Whoa. And he knows every hair that's on my head, and I'm trying to give him some help. And he also knows every sparrow when it falls. And every star has its own little pet name. And you think that I am concerned about whether or not he's going to take care of me today or Julie? I don't think so. Let me share with you Psalm 8:3. When I look up into the night sky and I see the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you've made, I can't understand how you can possibly bother with a puny man like me and pay any attention to me. Verse 6, yet you have put me in charge of everything you made. Everything is put under my authority. Whoa. Okay. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you, baby. Listen, not now. Can we wait? Can you wait? Take this back in. Take this back with you. Can you wait, please? And Jacob's not going to come with you. No, we need to wait, babe. Thank you. Okay. God says, I want you to look up into the heavens. See all those stars and planets? I made them. And like a shepherd knows all of his sheep, and he knows them all by its own pet name, so I know every star by its own pet name. Now, if you got your head around that, see if you can get it around this. In our Milky Way, there are 400 million stars. He knows them all by his own pet name. 2.75 million light years away from the Milky Way. And a light year is the speed at which light travels at the speed of light in 1 year, which is 286,000 miles per second. Put your head around that one. Now, the reason I say that is that 2.75 million light years from the Milky Way is the Andromeda Galaxy. The Andromeda Galaxy can hold 4.5 Milky Way galaxies and still have room left over. Now that's 387 quadrillion stars. God says, look up into the heavens. See all those stars? I put them there. And like a shepherd knows his sheep, and counts them all by their own pet name, so I do with the stars and planets. So if God is so immense, as he says he is, he's either a dang liar or that's true. He is so specific and so detailed. And he says, I know you, Dick. I know everything about you. Psalm 139. I saw you when you were curiously wrought in your mother's womb. And I know everything about you when you were not even formed yet. And I even went so far as I had recorded every day of your life before you took your first breath. Dick, I want you to know that you are intimately involved in my plan. And I love you so much. I know every little detail about you, whether it be good, bad, evil, or wicked. And I have called you when you were wicked and you hated me. Remember how I called you? And then on May 27th, 1956, you knelt beside your bed crying and you said, God, have mercy on, forgive me, come into my heart and change my life. And I did that, didn't I? Yeah, Lord, you did. Everything from my swearing mouth and filthy stories to the actual view of what I had of myself. At that time, I had been taught that I was worthless, stupid, never should have been born, cause of all the family problems. I was ignorant. I had failed 4th grade, 6th grade, had passed 7th on condition, was ready to flunk 8th. And then I met you beside my bed that May 27th, 1956. And I gave you my empty pockets, and I let you have everything about me. And you have changed my life. So, after I got married, 7 years after I was married, Glenn and I had our first child, Julie, who was supposed to be dead at age 18, and she's now 46. And then 2 years later, Robin is born. They both born with Cornelia de Lange syndrome, physical and mental retardation. Well, hello, God, what's the deal with this? Well, he has chosen me as a steward of them in order that he could reveal himself through them as well as through me. Teach me about himself that, in all rudeness, not to be rude, you will never experience because you are not in that situation in which his grace needs to apply for you in that situation. So until you get in a hard situation, grace is not necessary. I can handle every situation. I don't need God's grace. I don't call on God. I don't trust him. He doesn't become the I am. So the fact that God says, I want you to look up into the heavens, see those stars? I made every one of them, and I have a pet name for every one of them. So Dick, you and all the others around you, I know you all intimately, and I love you very much, and I have a pet name for you. You probably have a pet name for your wife, for Glenda. I have a pet name for you. You are my chosen. I have redeemed you. I want fellowship with you. I want you to know everything about me. I want you to spend time with me today while you can live and breathe on the planet, so that when you die and you're with me for eternity, it isn't stranger meeting stranger. You've already know what I'm like and who I am. Hi, sweetheart. So these 3 portions of Scripture have been good to reveal for God to reveal his magnitude and immense power, and yet his willingness to be intimate with me.